What is the best advice you have ever received? Not that you told somebody, but the best advice that you received.
Be yourself at all times.
Oh, say that again, please.
Be yourself at all times.
That was the 96-year-old Mrs. Juanita Stewart. And we learned some things from her in this video. Oh, by the way, she's going to turn 97 very soon, in August of this year, 2022. Hello, I'm Bonnie Yakini Davis, your specialist in aging. And this channel is a community of older women who are positively navigating our life stages and laughing and learning along the way. The channel is an extension and expansion of my book, Getting Old and Getting Over It, sort of. The book is a lighthearted yet informative look at aging. The channel covers the light and also the heavy as we older women navigate our lives. Before we get to the interview, a little background about Mrs. Stewart. Mrs. Juanita Stewart was born in Harlem, raised in West Palm Beach, Florida, and she lived in Buffalo, Boston, and Metro Atlanta here in Decatur. She retired from Polaroid in Boston, where she started on the assembly line, was promoted to accounting, and ultimately moved to the laboratory. Mrs. Stewart said she loved her job and the people she worked with were like family. Mrs. Stewart was married to the late Frank Stewart Jr. and has 3 children, 2 daughters and 1 son, 5 grandchildren, and 7 great-grandchildren. The interview was conducted in the lovely home of one of her daughters, Michelle Ware. Mrs. Stewart moved in with Michelle and Michelle's husband shortly after Mrs. Stewart's husband died in 1999. Now, to the interview. Yes. There is so much we could talk about. I actually prepared some questions, sent them to Michelle in advance, so I'm going to stick with those questions. Okay. That means I need a little space in case I need to do a follow-up, because I might need to come back and get some more of your story. Is that good?
That's good.
What is the best advice you have ever received? Not that you told somebody, but the best advice that you received.
Be yourself at all times.
Oh, say that again, please.
Be yourself at all times.
Be yourself at all times. I need to get a little bit more about that, because I need to relax and be that person, to be myself at all times. Who gave you that advice?
My grandmother.
Your grandmother gave you that advice?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your grandmother. What was it about her?
She was quiet, very determined.
Very determined?
Yes. She would always tell me, you're not going to always be right. Be the best you can.
Oh, wow.
You know, and there were times when she spanked me when I did something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But besides spanking me, she would sit me down and explain to me why she's spanking and why she should not have to do it again.
Oh, okay.
And she was always, I don't know, she was sort of chubby, you know, and her lap was my seat. I don't know, if she was in the room and she was sitting, I always had to sit on her lap. She didn't ask me to. She didn't tell me to. It was just something that I'd like to do.
You felt comfort there, sitting on her lap.
Yeah.
So tell me this. Now, when your great-grand or grand, when they come, do they sit on your lap?
The little ones do.
The ones do.
But not the...
Right, not those big, right. The little ones do. Very good. Thank you so much. I'm going to try, I'm going to work at applying that. Be yourself.
Yeah, please.
My second question is this, and this came up just from when I came over to visit Michelle, and I saw you sitting here in your place, in your position, and you love this spot, and I think you were reading something, and I kept that in mind. You seem so peaceful. How do you manage to maintain, how do you manage to stay peaceful and keep a positive state of mind? How do you do that?
Well, first of all, I put it in the hands of God.
Okay.
And then I sit and try to put myself in the other person's place. See if I would do the same thing that the person is doing.
Okay.
And if not, what would I do that would be different? And to keep peace and quiet among us so that we wouldn't be arguing or, tearing each other down. Always try to be positive and have a spot where if someone gets in trouble, if you are there, you can put in a little bit of help to help them out. Whatever it is, if it's just a word.
If it's just a word and you can help them out. Not only are you peaceful, sounds like you like a peaceful environment. And this is definitely a peaceful environment we're in here at Michelle's house. You like a peaceful environment.
Oh, till the grands come around.
Till the grands come around. And you understand that things have got to change. Some changes have to come in.
I get noisy with them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
We got to get video of that.
I got I think he's my youngest grandson. He's a rip roar, If he runs right that way, I'll run this way. We play games.
Right.
But then if he's naughty, he has to sit by me first.
Okay.
And I talk to him. And then he'll go sit someplace else. He's finished with me.
Okay.
I don't tell him to go. He'll go.
He knows to go.
But
well, that sounds like something from your grandmother too, because it was interesting that you said she might spank you, but then she would tell you what? She would tell you why.
Oh yeah.
And why you shouldn't do it again.
Or I'll get another spank.
I remember getting the spankings. Well, I got mine usually with switches, right?
Oh, I got them.
Oh, you got them too? I remember that, but I don't remember any explanation. I remember you did this wrong or what, but for somebody to then sit down and explain it to you.
Yes, she would tell me exactly what I did was wrong. So that I would not do that particular thing.
That particular thing.
Okay.
So that was learning.
Yeah, I had to have the spanking because it was wrong what I did. Yeah. And it wouldn't be a long thing. Sometimes it would just be in my hand, but most of the time it was the legs.
Most of the time the legs. Okay. My third question is this. You're looking good. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Hair is beautiful.
Thank you.
What do you eat and drink regularly, not only to maintain your looks, but your overall health? What do you eat and drink? I need to stop by. When I leave here, I need to stop by the grocery store and get what you eat. What do you eat?
Well, vegetables. I have some vegetables. Some vegetables I don't like.
What vegetables do you like?
I like beans.
Okay.
Greens.
And
corn.
Oh, I do too. I like corn.
Yeah. And I'll eat other vegetables like zucchini.
That's interesting because I'm not a zucchini person either, and I'm not too high on broccoli.
But I like broccoli in a salad.
Ah, okay, in a salad. So you eat salads?
I love salad.
What meats do you like?
Hamburger, roast beef, chicken. Anyway, if it's chicken, I will eat it.
Now, do you do any cooking now?
Only if there's nobody here to do it. Okay. And if I get hungry, I'll throw something together. Usually, she cooks.
Michelle usually
my
cooks.
other daughter, she cooks.
Oh, that's nice.
And when my husband was living, of course, he cooked.
Oh, your husband cooked?
He was a cook. That was his job.
Really?
Yeah. He cooked at Harvard University.
Say that again?
He cooked at Harvard University. If you name it, he'd cook it.
He could cook it?
Oh, yeah. He's a good cook.
And you could sit back and...
Just enjoy it.
I hate to cook.
I don't mind cooking. I don't mind cooking stuff like beans that you put together, put on the stove, and let it sit there. I want to be up there stirring.
We got a lot in common here. Because if I have to have this going on and that going on, And then I leave the room, and then later I'm somewhere else, and I'm like, what's that I smell? Something's burning up. Something is burning up. Right. How did you like it when you were living up there in the Boston area?
I liked it.
You did like it?
Yeah, because there was so much to do and so many places to go in Boston.
Okay.
It was very different from West Palm.
Okay. Did you ever do any gardening? Not really. Oh, you really show in your face, especially with these raised eyebrows. You're like, what the heck? So no, none of that. I have one final question. Is there anything else, anything that you would like to say to the women who will watch this video? Now remember, these are older women. Let me put it this way. You're going to watch this, and watching yourself on the video, what would you like to see yourself saying to other women?
First of all, I would say, put your trust in God.
Okay. Put your trust in God.
And as the saying goes, you do unto others as you want them to do unto you. You know, the road isn't always straight. It's all, sometimes you get little curves. So take one curve at a time if you can.
I love that. Take one curve at a time if you can.
And things aren't going to always be strawberry perfect. You be yourself. And it eventually will work out.
It eventually will work out. Beautiful. Beautiful. Inside, you are beautiful inside and out.
Thank you.
And I appreciate that you and Michelle allowed me, and my niece is here helping me with production, as you saw, allowed us to come in and to interview you. And remember now, I might have a follow-up. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Again, thanks to Mrs. Stewart and to Michelle for inviting us into their home for this absolutely wonderful interview and insights and learning. I learned some things I got to apply to my life. Community, everyone watching, please remember to like this video and also check that subscribe button if you want to become a part of this community. And also click that bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video or schedule a live stream. Well, community, that's a wrap. I'll see you next time.